was the studio putting any pressure on you to make the boys look cute and contemporary, or what kind of conversations did you have about that? Because that's a decision too, to have the sort of cute little haircuts on Shiloh.
Well, you sit there and try all different haircuts, and you try to get a style and a look. What is a person going to look like, and how do the two guys look different so their hair doesn't look the same? What looks good, on an actor's face, and what looks good with their bone structure. It's funny, like on the DVD, you're going to see Shiloh has 3 different haircuts. It kept getting shorter because he had like really cool hair that was just longer and all in his face. And when we did scenes, like in the casting session, half of the time I'd be like, "Put your hair out of your eyes. I can't see your eyes. I can't see your eyes." So one time I just went over there with a scissor and cut the bangs myself, because I'm like, I can't do that with the schedule I have. I can't be like pushing your hair out of your eyes and reshooting every minute. And if you pull the hair out, you put hairspray, then it looks fake. So we finally just tried to find a hairstyle that we wouldn't be like fussing with his hair every minute, and just like get it short. It was actually quite a practical decision.
That's interesting.
Because on my first movie, 13, remember like in the Addams Family, there was that cousin It that had the hair all in the face, and half the time talking to Holly, Evan, and Nikki, I'd be like, "Cousin It, you guys, I can't see you." So that was our challenge. You're always trying to get the hair out of the eye. And you can see that Amanda has a braid, so that her hair doesn't fall in her eyes.
So do people question you, like, should Julie look this good? I mean, what kind of conversations was everybody sort of hoping that she would look good?
Well, Julie, I think, is obviously a very
stunning,
striking looking woman. And, we thought that she would look like she could fit to be the grandmother of Amanda Seyfried. So, I thought that was a nice match, the two of them. And then I talked to Julie. I said, "Hey, you live out in the woods. You probably don't have a running shower, so I want to do your hair like in dreads, like." And she keeps her hair long behind her back. I wanted each character to be something that you could kind of question, that someone could label her a witch, and someone could label her beautiful. So in your eyes, she's beautiful, and some people say, "Oh, she looks like a witch, she's scary, she's spooky." So I wanted to kind of have that, possibility. But I don't know, it's probably not that easy to make Julie look bad.
That may be true.
She's pretty damn striking,
Yeah. Now, do you think that audiences, though, because you come from a pretty gritty indie background, Lords of Dogtown and 13 couldn't be more naturalistic, and
right.
Yet this has a very sort of fake kind of quality to it, that some people are obviously responding to it and some people aren't. And
yeah, I'm sure it's polarizing. When you make any decision, you're going to have some people that like it and some people that don't, so that's like the choices that we end up having to make. And what I tried to do, it was my chance, to make something that was in a fairy tale, like in a time that was not set in our time, so I think, it was a choice. And
if you had a bigger budget, though, would you have gone on location? Would you have gone to, Romania or Czechoslovakia, or if that still exists, which I don't think it does, Yugoslavia or something? Or would you, just to get out into the...
It's not particularly easy to shoot snow. You cannot... We wanted snow in the movie, and you cannot shoot... You can't predict when it's going to snow. So even when I remember on Fargo when the Coen brothers went to, wasn't it like northern Minnesota, and then they didn't get any snow, where it always snows, and it didn't snow that year. So usually, to the best of my knowledge, most people that have really wanted like a controlled atmosphere, and you have to have some kind of control, that if you want snow every day or you want it consistently for 5 hours of filming, how do you control it? So I think you would have to, pretty much, you usually have to make snow.
Talk about that extraordinary image of Amanda Seyfried and the different cloaks that you made, and that stunning image where the cloak is just streaming out across
on the
snow.
glacier. Well, that was real snow. There are these beautiful beautiful locations north of Vancouver that we were able to go to. I had one 6 hours, 7 hours in a helicopter to get all those images. And it was one of those days, exactly like what I was saying, you can't control it. We dropped off the stunt girl with that cape, and then we came back. I couldn't get in the helicopter because it got socked in. It wasn't safe to go in. So at the last minute, I'm like, before we give up, let's just try one more time.
That's like the best thing in the whole movie.
Oh no, I loved it. You know, it was beautiful. You know, that was an idea I just had. Like, I thought it would be beautiful to see that, and then I thought a short cape will not show. You know, wouldn't really be visible on that mountaintop. So I thought, let's just make this long, crazy train. You know, and just make this, you know, a slash of red on the mountain.
And you made some decisions, you know, because the actors are very contemporary. So you weren't going for the kind of stylized period cadences.
Right. I mean, we had the idea to make it our own fairy tale, like our own time frame, you know. And so when I looked at like the Bruegel and the Bosch paintings, we had. You look at some of those paintings and you'll see things that are quite, they were painted in the 1400s, 1500s, but they're quite like alive and vivid and radical. Like, I looked closely at those paintings of dances in those times, and I saw that people were exuberant and like crazy and sexy, and I'm like, man, you know, this is not like the Victorian times, or it wasn't like a minuet or anything. These people had their life force in full view, so that's one thing I wanted to do.
I like the dance scene.
Also, with the whole dance, you know, is just make it like this crazy, almost pagan celebration.